Raquel Giselle Hutchinson was born in 1978. She was apparently sexually assaulted and whipped as a child. She would try to pursue a modeling career and actually had won second place, or also known as runner-up, for Miss Hawaiian Tropic of 2000. She would get married to a man who the courts had labeled Brent Walker, and apparently Brent Walker is actually a fake name because that's not his actual government name. So they get married. They wind up having two kids together, a boy and a girl. They eventually would split, with Brent actually getting priority having basically like main custody of both kids. And of course, Raquel basically would try to have false allegations of him being abusive to the kids. So eventually she would actually get a lover by the name of Paul Wilkerson. Apparently they would unfortunately start doing meth together. However, Paul, I guess, eventually had realized that I guess he didn't like where his life was going or whatever. And so he eventually gave an ultimatum saying that we need to stop doing meth if you're going to be with me. On October 20th, 2014, Raquel would text Paul, "Come on, we man up." They then proceed to go to Brent's house. They wait outside until he was just going to come outside on his own. And so Raquel was supposed to attack him while Paul essentially was the lookout. So then when he eventually does come out, Raquel would apparently push him down the stairs and then basically scream in his face, basically saying, "Confess or I'll kill you." She then apparently would spray exit mold in his eye. She then apparently had a knife, but wound up making several cuts to his face using some metal rings that were apparently hers. They then apparently used an electrical cord around his neck, strangling him. Once he is then dead, Raquel and Paul apparently get his body, and apparently they then dump his body in the car and then proceed to drive and dump him near the Wiseman's Ferry. And then Raquel would actually go and just go smoke meth right after committing this murder. So then eventually her name is called into it. Her and Paul get arrested. A third person who was publicly unnamed would also get arrested due to accessory after the fact. And then Raquel and Paul were charged with manslaughter. It is said in the news, but I cannot publicly confirm, that it was said that she suffered from borderline personality disorder, PTSD, and depression. Both Paul and Raquel were both sentenced to 9 years, but Paul is apparently was eligible for parole after serving 4 years, 9 months, and Raquel was apparently eligible for parole after serving 5.5 years.